Well, if it's January, it must be time for the Customer Appreciation Sale at Premier Wine and Spirits. Our good friend and wine manager, Bill Mahoney, is back with details about that. And we're going to do a little tasting and testing today. How are you? Happy New Year.
Linda, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got an exciting start to the new year. As always, we have our annual Customer Appreciation Sale, which goes on for 2 weeks right here in the middle of January, where everything in the store is on sale. 10% off of all of our spirits, anything you can think of, and 15% off of all of our wine, anything you can think of.
Wow.
So basically, this is a good time to sort of treat yourself. Buy something that you ordinarily wouldn't find, or maybe some of those items that don't go on sale that often. You know, try to think outside of the box and try something new.
Okay, there you go, everybody. How nice to start a new year with a Customer Appreciation Sale. I like that.
And speaking of something new, one of my resolutions or wine resolutions for the year was to drink more wine. Now,
Okay.
it doesn't mean that I have a problem. I mean, the way I look at it is, you know, you can read all you want about wine in a book, but you'll really never learn about wine unless you actually taste it. And tasting is the key. Tasting requires a little bit more concentration and awareness of what you're doing as opposed to just blindly drinking things. So that's what I figured we'd do today.
Okay.
We try to
taste more wine.
taste more wine, right.
Resolution.
I should make that stipulation there.
Okay.
But so we're going to do a little demonstration today, actually not using wine, but using black tea, and we're going to try to isolate the basic components in wine.
Okay.
A lot of times when I talk to customers, if you bust out with a specific wine term or something like that, sometimes people just kind of gloss right over.
Yes, when you say unctuous.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so they don't know what you're talking about or anything like that. So I figured we'll try to hone in on some of these key components in wine, and that way you'll be able to better understand how to describe what you like and what you don't like. So the first thing we need to do is just sort of set this up. You need 5 glasses, probably standard size, so that you can have the equal amounts shown. The next thing you're going to want is to have some black tea. So something like Lipton is fine. You're going to want to get 4 teaspoons of sugar. You're going to want some lemon juice, and you're going to want maybe 1 miniature of vodka, doesn't matter what kind. That's the fun part. And then a little bit of heavy cream, and then you're going to just need some water and some bread, just as palate cleansers as you go from each one.
All right, and you have done all this. We're ready.
Right, now you have a little work to do yourself, just because I want yours to be a little bit more fresh.
All
but
right.
the first thing you're going to want to do is add the 2 teaspoons of sugar to wine number 2 and wine number 3.
Okay.
So you can, actually, that's 2 right there. You can just dump it right in there.
Okay.
All
I mean the whole
pre-measured.
thing?
The whole thing, yep.
Okay, here it is. 2 teaspoons of sugar.
Yep. And then take this one and stick that one in there.
To 2 and 3. Okay.
Right.
Ooh, excuse me.
Doesn't matter. This is
this
is science, so it's going to get messy.
I was an overachiever there.
So
Okay.
you can kind of mix those in.
Can I mix it up? All right.
Get those kind of dissolved in there a little bit.
This is the sugar in our black tea.
Correct.
Okay.
Everything is just black tea right now.
Okay.
Now you've put sugar in 2 of them.
Yes, I did.
Equal amounts. So the first thing you want to do is wine number 1. You're going to want to taste wine number 1, swish it all around in your mouth like mouthwash before you swallow it.
No sugar in this.
No
this
sugar.
This is just tea.
It's really strong black tea. I steeped that for a long time. Now, what do you taste?
It's well, certainly not sweet.
Puckery,
Yes.
kind of gritty, like that sandpapery
Yes,
characteristic?
and my tongue is kind of dry.
Exactly. Now you've just tasted tannin.
Oh.
Tannin is a basic component in wine. It gives wine its structure, it helps with the aromatics, it gives it ageability. Now we're tasting these in pure form, so obviously you wouldn't want that reaction in wine, but that is what tannin is.
All right.
Okay? So the next thing you're going to want to try is wine number 2.
All right.
Do the same thing, swish it around in your mouth before you taste it.
This is with the sugar.
2 teaspoons of sugar. Now, what do you taste first? Sweetness or tannin?
I think it was sweetness.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Now, the sweetness tames those tannins a little
Yes, then
bit.
the tannin.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. So you can have like either residual sugar perceptions, or you can have just a little bit of tannin on the back end. Maybe it's a little dry after you've swallowed, but you still get some of that kind of little sweetness lingering there.
Yes.
Okay, so the third wine that you want to take here is the acid test. Now, you've got your sugar in it.
Right.
You're going to want to pour this lemon juice right in there and mix that in.
Okay. Now, if this were real wine, I'd be the Vita Vita Vegemin girl by now.
You would, yeah.
She's just like candy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now,
all right, so this is mixed with sugar and lemon.
Right. Now go ahead and swirl that around in your mouth and give that a taste.
Am I going to like this? Or is it
Yeah, no, you probably will.
Ooh!
So what do you taste? Does it taste as sweet to you as the first one?
No, but it's sweet.
Right.
It's puckery.
Right, but it's not as sweet as the first one.
Right.
And that's what acidity does. Acidity tames sweetness in wine. So if a wine seems a little too sweet, basically that means it doesn't have enough acidity.
Okay, so it's almost like a lemonade taste in your mouth.
Your mouth is watering a little bit right now and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what acidity will do. It gives you that kind of zingy, zesty, prickly thing. Now, wine number 4, you're going to want to take this little miniature of vodka, pour that right in there.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Oh my goodness, okay. Here it goes.
Okay. Now just take a little sip of that.
Not sure you don't want me to fill my mouth and swish it with that, right?
You can drink the whole thing if you want.
All right.
You got a show to do.
It's good. It tastes just like candy. No. Okay. Here's the one with the vodka in it.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, little hot, little searing as it goes down. Now that's alcohol. Those are the 4 basic components in wine.
Okay.
And if a wine is too hot, that means it's probably got a little bit too much alcohol content for it.
Okay.
And then the last
interesting.
wine you've got here is oak influence, but that's not a basic component, but it can be in a lot of wines. So what you want to do is just pour a nice little dollop of this heavy cream into your glass.
Okay.
And then just kind of swirl that around and then give that a taste.
Okay. This is so interesting. I feel like a human experiment here.
Now,
I like
creamy,
that. Yeah,
rich.
Creamy, rich.
Now, if you ever hear somebody say this wine is velvety, smooth, polished, rich, that's the texture that you're getting there. And so what this does is these are the pure tastes of wine, which allow you to understand what you like and what you don't like, and you'll be able to better communicate to a wine salesperson or something your likes and dislikes, and you'll be able to get a wine that's better suited for you if you can say, oh, you know, I like wines that have good oak influence, I like wines that have low or high acidity, and you'll get the exact wine you want.
have to put this on your website.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are going to forget they're going to want to try this because it's really fascinating.
And they can email me for this same experiment. I've got it all written down, so I'd be happy to share it.
All right, well, we do happen to have your email address. And remember, it's customer appreciation time at the Premier Group for Premier Wine and Spirits, so you will definitely save there. You can call if you saw something today you like at 565-3020, and let's put up Bill's website because it's a fascinating experiment. And if you would like to also make your resolution more about wine, we will have that for you as well. Okay? Bill, you better tell us what it is. It's Bill
at premiergroup.net.
Okay, Bill at premiergroup.net. And we normally have that up for you, but Bill at premiergroup.net, and he'll have this whole experiment out for you. So if you'd like to try this yourself, it's really fascinating, and you'll learn a lot.
It's fun just to do it in basic styles like this. You can learn a lot.
This is great. Thank you, Bill.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, and thank you, Premier. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Portions of the AM Buffalo program are sponsored. The views expressed are not necessarily the opinion of WKBW TV or the host.